अभी आ रहा है आवाज?
नहीं।
नहीं, तू एक्टिंग कर रहा है ना?
नहीं, आई एम नॉट एक्टिंग।
Wait, I
आया।
heard something. I heard one twang.
Guys, we were trying to do a musical cold open, but in true
I
other
don't know, the
fashion.
noise cancellation is cancelling it. Like it's, I don't know, it's taking the this
Wow,
as
Adar,
noise.
your music is noise. That's a pretty high compliment that
I like
your
how your mic is
mic has.
decided. ये आवाज है,
ये
इसको निकालो। ये नहीं
ये
देंगे कोल्ड
एम्बियंट,
ओपन में।
ये रिक्शा, ये आजू बाजू रिक्शा चल रहा है इसके बेचारे के। लेट मी हेल्प हिम आउट।
आधे आ रहा है अभी भी थोड़ा बहुत।
थोड़ा बहुत।
थोड़ा सा आ रहा है, हाँ।
हाँ।
ठीक है, तू गिटार के बिना अपने सुर में तो गा ले जो तेरे पास लिरिक्स थे।
ओ, fuck, क्या था?
Ding 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 ding.
अबे
नहीं?
कॉपीराइट हो जाएगा नहीं।
हाँ, ये मत कर कौतुक। इसका।
उसको तू लिरिक्स बता अपने।
हाँ,
Okay, other.
Kautuk has written some lyrics for me, yes.
I mean, not written as much as just come up with it right now. Um, this was supposed to be the cold open song, okay? Cold
Hmm.
open song was um, right before the episode starts. Here is something straight from the heart. I'm singing it, but it could have been spoken. This is the
A
cold
cold
open.
open! Ah!
हाँ तो गा
What a
अभी।
fail.
Okay.
डीजे खालिद।
Right before this episode starts, here's something from the heart. These words, they could have just been spoken, but here's the cold open.
Now, just imagine how much better it would sound if the guitar was actually coming through.
God damn it, this is so irritating.
Just imagine it, and it's a masterpiece. Okay, should we start?
Yes, but
Before we
before
start,
that,
yeah.
guys, reminder in the lead up to Prime Day, we have tied up with Amazon Music. So you can hear this episode exclusively on Tuesday for a whole week before it goes on other audio platforms. YouTube drops remains the same. So thank you so much, Amazon, for partnering with us. Really excited for Prime Day. And let's begin the episode in 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Internet Set. So, a show where we take so facts are different personal stories and we talk about it. And if you didn't get from the cold open, आज के episode में we are thinking about talking about music. You know, a whole bunch of nostalgia, some current trends in music, what we are listening to, what you think we should listen to, and a whole bunch of other random stuff about music. But guys, मेरे को एक बात बताओ. Like we are doing a music episode after very long.
200 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think first one is somewhere in the 40s, and then we briefly touched upon it. And since we're such music connoisseurs, I'm surprised it's taken 230 episodes for us to come back with one. But if I had to ask you, what is the kind of way that you're listening to music right now? Because I'm sure there's a full shift, right? कि अपन पहले किस तरीके से म्यूजिक सुनते थे, किस तरीके से डिस्कवर करते थे, or from there to now, like what has been, for example, the most drastic change for you? If not drastic, what is your current way of listening or absorbing music?
My accessibility, just basic accessibility of music was like just to get a good song and then to be able to share it with friends and stuff like that. That used to be like so tough. Like also, you could damage your music. Now it's like you damage your phone, but like if you damage your cassette, and I
Hmm.
know a lot of people don't like. I used to collect cassettes. I used to keep them and used to make those mixtapes with one figure. And now it's like it's just so easy. You can do this stuff on your phone and save stuff. But that's the biggest thing, and it's the best thing, honestly, because when that happened, I've got so much access, which I
But
love.
but your musical taste, has it changed in the last like 5 years? Has it shifted?
Yeah, because you're now accessing people who are like across the public who is now okay. I found this Reddit thing on like it's called Bollywood Music, the Reddit. Okay, and one dude has just written, "Hey, I want to make a playlist of angry revenge songs from Bollywood. Help!" and people from across the globe are helping this guy come up with his
Hey,
perfect revenge
what are some of
angry
the songs?
playlist.
What are the songs? I'm trying to think. What are the revenge songs?
Okay, I don't know why, but he's like, first of all, he's written a few examples include Bhag Milkha Bhag, which is not really a revenge song.
What?
It's like,
What is
No,
he
it's
why the
like
celebrating?
heck?
it's a more uh like
Inspirational, like,
go, yeah,
I'll,
inspirational. That's the
मैं कर
word.
लूंगा, हाँ. So it's like more of, he wants a workout playlist, but he's basically said it as, I think he's working out because somebody betrayed him or
Yeah, yeah,
something has
yeah, yeah,
happened,
yeah.
and that's why he wants that angry and revenge
अब तू
playlist.
भाग अब तू
But
भाग
apparently this is a millennial trend of listening to music, that
Hmm.
you'll observe a lot of millennials who will make specific playlists for specific tasks.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah,
everybody does it,
I
but
do it.
like
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody does it, but I found online that it's one of a most typical millennial trends, of listening to music. So you'll have a gym bangers, you'll have a cleaning playlist की जब मैं साफ सफाई करता हूँ तब मैं ये सुनता हूँ.
I
जैसे
have a
जब भांडी
work
घासते हैं
playlist.
लोग हमको सुनते हैं भांडी घासते वक्त, वैसे तो एक ड्राइव का होगा सबका, जिम.
Yes. Yes. But what do you mean
So
it's a
one thing,
millennial thing? One
नहीं
second,
नहीं,
Adar. What is millennial about this? Why not? Why isn't everybody doing this? Is this not
I don't
every?
know, you take it up with ilovemusic.com. They are they, according to them, it's a millennial thing to do. I don't know
but I'm
why
sure
creating
Gen Z
playlists
is
is a
doing
millennial
it.
thing.
Everybody post
Everybody
millennial.
is
I think
doing
my
it.
father is just the one who's a little like the generation just before us, because my father still feels that they are trying to steal something from him. He refuses to pay. Like he's always cash on delivery. He doesn't pay. Like he still thinks that technology is out to attack him.
Oh,
Maybe
like
these
he
are the
doesn't.
people who will save us from AI. Yeah, maybe we should take a page out of our like parents' book and be like a little this about. But it's like one
Dude,
of those weird things where I think after us we got to see the entire transition, and that's why I think it's always the finger is always pointed to us. Oh, millennials started this. Millennials do this.
sorry, just to also kind of jump on to what you were saying earlier, na, ki about like ki one genuine change that has happened because of streaming platforms is that you like when I was going through my playlists, right? So earlier, because you had access, you used to categorize music via artists and genres, right? So, like if you liked an artist, you had to buy their album and listen to all their tracks and then find the one or
Hmm.
two that you liked. Now, what's happening is like when I looked at my music playlist, it was like I cherry picked, the best songs of hundreds of different artists.
Yeah.
So there were hundreds of artists, but only one song of each of them. So
Hmm.
there is that one thing where it's more genre based now. Like I like this vibe, and I like all these people within that vibe, rather than
And
this artist.
according to ChatGPT, that's a Gen Z way of listening to music. They will not
I'm
be
Gen
like,
Z.
oh, they are very
Ah.
genre agnostic, apparently. So it's not like, I don't want to classify it as rap and rock and this and that. I'm going to go by vibe. And I think that's pretty much the way I have also listened to my music, bro. I'll be honest. Like,
Yeah.
if when earlier I had a playlist, there would be a rock song, it would be followed by an electronic song, followed by an indie, followed by a Bollywood also. हट सीधा सब डाल दिया
Yeah.
मैंने
Which is the
कान में
revenge
डाल के.
playlist. Yeah. Like it could be like this banger by Arijit Singh followed by Eminem, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
it's just about revenge. Yeah.
And here's the other thing, right? So I feel like uh, everybody's music taste, they almost are like archaeology, where there are all these layers of different music tastes. And if you look through those layers, you will find the person that you were and who you were becoming. Right. So if
Ah.
and it's never been more apparent than with Varun Thakur. I swear to God. Because there is this one, the initial first layer is like Bollywood, hardcore. It's all this
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mere Mehboob, Mere
That's
Sanam.
the core. Yeah, that's the core. That's the yeah.
वो अंदर
The
एकदम सबसे.
nucleus. Yeah, the core of the earth.
न्यूक्लियस.
Right? And then on top of that, you'll see like RHCP and all of that. And then
Yeah, that's the
You'll have
mantle.
rock.
That's always it's
rock.
mantle. That's always yeah.
And then right on top is
नहीं नहीं, उसके ऊपर फिर इंडी.
indie.
Hmm.
हाँ, उसके ऊपर इंडी. ठीक है.
और फिर
और एक
EDM.
मिनट, फिर उसके ऊपर है नहीं, एक मिनट, उसके ऊपर थोड़ा नॉस्टैल्जिया, क्योंकि मैं अभी भी जाके सडनली
Ah.
एमिनेम सुनूंगा आज पूरा दिन बैठ के, ठीक है, तो थोड़ा नॉस्टैल्जिया. और फिर जो आउटर लेयर है आजकल का,
हाँ
हाँ.
उसमें that's
वो
that's
है
like Electronic.
इलेक्ट्रॉनिक म्यूजिक
Yeah.
अलग अलग, कभी कभी टेक्नो, कभी एफ्रोबीट, कभी लोफाई, कभी जो भी वाइब है, अच्छा वाइब है तुम्हें सुनेगा.
That's the thing. Like, because so it's so weird because we'll be driving to the gig and there is EDM playing. Then when we
It's
are
not EDM. See,
oh, it's
that's
not
the
EDM.
problem. Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm not playing music that you will start doing
It's not
this.
it's not dance music. Yeah, it's not
No.
electronic dance music. Yeah,
It's
he means electronic.
electronically composed music, but it'll be chill also. थोड़ा ऐसे tunes भी होगा अच्छा वाला. ऐसे खड़े रह के put your hands up in the air. वो नहीं है.
Just need to burst
Driving.
your bubble. All music is electronic music, guys.
Yeah, यार, but देख अगर तू
But yeah,
EDM
these
बोलेगा ना,
electronic sounds. Yeah, these are these synthetic sounds. Yeah.
So
anything
my point is, driving
हाँ.
to the gig, Thakur is playing electronic music, okay? जिधर सिर्फ beats है, सिर्फ beats, no आदमी, no lyrics, no nothing.
क्या बोल रहा है?
And
आज तू सुना नहीं ब्रो, उसमें था
जितने
लिरिक्स
भी
भी था.
मैंने सुने उसमें तो lyrics नहीं थे.
नहीं, तेरे को डिक्चिक डिक्चिक सुनाई देता ना, तो तेरा ब्रेन जो है ना, वो जो लिरिक्स जो होते हैं ना उसको दबाई देता है, तेरे को सिर्फ वो वाला सुनाई देता है. मैं तेरे को
हाँ.
प्लेलिस्ट अभी सुनाऊंगा
I
bro.
still
You
haven't
are my
come to the
mic.
point of what
Kautuk,
I
you
was
are my
saying.
mic, basically. That's what you are doing. You're basically my noise cancellation mic.
The point I was
अच्छा,
going to
एनीवे
make is,
कौतुक कंप्लीट. हाँ.
he has electronic music playing to the gig. When we get to the gig, like 10 minutes before, he start randomly humming some obscure Kumar Sanu song, which his mind has pulled up from God knows where, which era.
Hmm.
And it's weirdly catchy. So by the time we get on stage, guys, if you've come for our live shows, you will hear us saying jokes, but in our mind, it is a Kumar Sanu song.
Yeah.
ब्रो सम रैंडम, तो कोई एक भोजपुरी गाना भी आ जाएगा, एक कोई कोई एकदम 90s का कुछ आ जाएगा. ब्रो आई लव दोस, यू नो दोस थिंग्स. देयर वाज अ टर्म फॉर इट वेयर यू वेक अप.
Earworm, earworm.
नहीं नहीं,
No,
यवम तो
earworm
एक
is the
है.
one that goes, oh, correct, correct,
Hmm.
correct. I know
This
what you're
is
talking about.
the term is where you wake up and a song just pops into your head from like the deep recesses of your mind, and there's no reason. Like
Yeah.
I've not heard it, I've not seen it, I've not thought about
Yeah.
the composer, the actor, but it just suddenly comes in and you can't help but say it again and again. And the minute another person is there with you, like how in case in point, three of us traveling for an hour, और मैंने
Yeah.
2 बार गा लिया, सीधा
खत्म.
देखो पास conjunctivitis, but off
you-
the song.
Can I tell you a very weird phenomena that happened to me? And if you're a psychologist or someone who can figure this out, please help. So here's what happened. So, like about 2-3 months ago, I had randomly got into Sudoku big time. Okay, it started with I had opened Bombay Times once. I saw the Sudoku there. I was like, well, let me try this.
The uncleification
Oh,
of Kautuk has been complete. Did you
Bhai,
solve it in a
every
park after you took 10 rounds of it? Did
it's
you
that
scream
the
at
thing
your
is I've
building
seen him.
kids for
I've
playing
seen him while
cricket?
traveling before we are boarding or something like that. ना तो क्या होता है? I've seen that happen where Kautuk has taken a newspaper from the whatever and उसको fold करके वो जो uncle fold होता है ना वो जो बस
Oh yeah, yeah. Where you
exactly
do
what you
yeah,
need.
yeah.
It's that perfect uncle fold with a pen and slowly his glasses start sliding down. So then
That doesn't
Kautuk just
happen.
becomes like this, just doing his Sudoku.
That doesn't happen. But this has happened. Like I've taken newspapers onto flights to finish Sudokus. So anyway,
Hmm.
point is, what used to happen is when I'm solving the Sudoku, I don't know why this used to happen to me. Where so after a point it gets slightly tough, and then you're straining and you're kind of like trying to focus, and then randomly I would start singing all these old Bollywood songs which I'd completely forgotten about. But
चेहरा गुलाबी अपने
but
आप.
somehow,
Then
with half my
हाँ.
mind distracted on this thing, it felt like other half of my mind was free to pick these things, and I don't know why it was
Yeah.
happening, and only in that specific scenario. It's never
Yeah.
happened again.
Bro, do you think there's also a reason where somehow of all these older songs that I grew up listening to, I'm able to recollect the lyrics of those a
No,
lot better than
I have been thinking
the
about this. I
last
have been,
decade or so?
I have been thinking about this, and actually, at some point, I want others' opinion on this too. So,
हाँ.
let's first get the obvious, the dumb stuff out of it, which is that yes, we are much older, and yes,
Yeah.
that like we have a nostalgic value attached to it, all of that stuff, and we were
Hmm.
paying more attention to songs back in the day. That's one. But having got our deficiencies out of the way, I feel like there are two other things. I feel like there's been a massive shift from melody to beat. and melody is easier to remember, easier to sing, and beat is easier to dance to. So so you can remember a lot of melodic songs. You can hum along to them, but you can't really dance to, a lot of them. But with beats, amazing to dance to, great vibe, but harder to sort of sing to. This is what I have found. And the second thing is, I think there's also been like this, like I'm also struggling to think of the last films. Earlier there used to be films that used to be literally mounted onto music, and
Yeah.
you could tell that if the music was a hit, the film was a hit. It was that simple.
It was a music video that had 10 extra scenes attached to it.
Exactly,
Correct.
exactly. And
But this phenomenon we're talking about specifically Bollywood, right?
correct.
You're talking about Bollywood music, not in general.
But I
I'm
mean, in
talking about in
general,
general all
no, but
music. Pata nahi kyun.
in general, the world has shifted towards dance music, right? Like towards beat and all of that stuff.
And I think there's been a bigger segregation on music. Earlier, it used to be artist-wise, now it's become genre-wise. So it's like if you go deeper into it, and jo bhi like the ones that get super popular and stuff like that, then that's the ones that you're constantly hearing because they have the hundreds of millions of, if not billion views.
Yeah,
So those are the things that
But
you keep hearing.
But I feel this is also a more millennial thing because, again, as per ChatGPT, one of the trends for Gen Z is that for them, lyrics actually matter. So it's not
Matter
like
a
the
lot.
lyrics have gone away because they love quoting the lyrics in the reels, in their captions. So I don't feel the lyrics have sort of gone
lyrics have
out. They
not
are
gone
there.
away. It's just the
It
way
is
that it's.
us. We have gone
No, there's been a
somewhere else.
resurgence. It's always cyclical. There's been a resurgence of, lyrics and poetry back again and stuff like that,
Like,
which
by
I
the way,
think Gen Z has brought back.
one of the things that is another like incredible thing for me to see has been the rise of hip hop and rap. Like,
Yeah.
especially like Indian hip hop, rap, all of that. Like this, that explosion, right? It's been there. It's been going around for like 10 plus years. But I think the way that it's got a grip on culture, like it's so interesting to me because like the only like I find rap a little hard to get into. Like there's very few like
Hmm.
Krishna and two, three other artists that I really
Seedhe maut.
vibe with. Yeah. But like a large part of it doesn't. And I also think it might be a temperament thing that I'm just not that aggressive. I just don't like have enough beefs with enough people. Like I feel like a lot of rap is not a lot. Like there's a at least the rap I've heard. It has to be aimed at somebody or something that you're taking aim at, right? And
Hmm.
I'm like I'm far too I'm
तो
far too
तू
long-handed.
क्या सुन रहा है आजकल फिर? What is the kind of music you are vibing with nowadays?
So the change that's happened in my uh, like from like 5 7 years ago to now, one of the big changes that's happened is that I no longer listen to music depending on a mood that I'm. Like when I
Hmm.
was younger, I would pick music because I'm feeling a certain way and I'm feeling like this, so I want to listen to this kind of music. I don't do that anymore. It's not as linked to my emotional state as it used to be. So now I listen to like just things that sound nice to me or that I'm vibing with. So in that scenario, like a few things that have changed for me is one is that I've started listening to a lot more instrumental stuff, and I make playlists
Yeah.
a lot of instrumental stuff, and I'm making specific playlists because I also like to listen to it while I work. So when I'm writing something, I have a playlist that plays, and I've discovered a lot of interesting artists in that space. The other thing that I found very interesting was within the Indian instrumental scene, right? So Siddhi introduced me to this artist, and like she, said that we must go for this concert by this artist called Rishabh Sharma. Have you guys heard of him?
No. Rishabh
Rishabh,
Rikiram
no.
Sharma. हाँ.
Ricky Ram Sharma. So his concert, and this is the other interesting thing. And I think this is, if you had to find a thing that was the opposite of rap, it would be Rishabh
Rishabh
Rikiram
Rikiram Sam.
Sharma's Rishabh Rikiram Sharma's concert called Sitar for Mental Health.
Wow.
It was
Ah.
It's a concert.
yes,
Oh, wow.
it was
So it's
crazy.
just him on a sitar, right?
Simona Sitar. So this was it was held at the NSEI Dome, the one we saw. Very interesting. The fact that you have this merging of when you think of music concert, you don't think of mental health or like chill vibes, right? Like
Yeah.
think of that. You think of
Correct.
like
I think of the traffic that I'm going to get on the way to this concert.
Yeah.
correct. So here, what was interesting was sitar, like Indian classical music, and it was genuinely such a good experience. Like the concert was produced in a 2025 way. The instruments were from classical music, and the idea of integrating it with mental health was such a like genre
Superb.
smash, superb idea,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
which I found was very interesting. So that was pretty cool, and he's got a fantastic sitar cover of "Tum Hi Dekho Na." You know the song "Tum
ये
Hi
क्या
Dekho."
हो
तुम ही
गया?
देखो
Yeah.
ना. Huh.
He's got a superb sitar version of that. We've been playing it on loop. That's one. I've got a few others also that I'll recommend later, but
Yeah.
that's one. And the other one is I've now also kind of narrowed down onto indie rock as my like main jam thing. Like that's the thing I love the most.
But in indie
And
rock from
नहीं
India
वैसे
or
कि
like any kind,
हाँ.
global,
all over,
global.
all
Yeah,
over, all
yeah,
over.
yeah, yeah.
Indie rock
It's a
from
नहीं
all
weird
over.
thing
मेरा
with
क्या
me
है
also,
because just
bro.
instrumentals ना. I just want to give out a couple of new like instrumental guys that I really love listening to. First of all, though, we have the best ones, which like when I grew up, it was Steve Vai, Josat. These
Hmm.
guys were, and I remember going to a Joe Satriani concert when he came to Bombay.
मैं भी था
That
उधर.
was my first, that was my first concert. And I'm there, and I've gone with a bunch of people, and a lot of people have just come in. हाँ चलो चलते हैं concert. And they're standing there, and I'm enjoying myself with my friend, and we're having fun for an hour. And it's like after a while, a couple of guys who had just walked in go, "ये गाएगा कब?" And they were getting angrier and angrier after every song. And we are loving this, like, oh, he's playing the bangers, he's playing the best ones, the ones that we wanted to listen to. And these guys are just getting pissed off. कि गारा क्यों नहीं है अभी तक?
Yeah, yeah.
A new person I've been listening to is Polyphia. This is a
Ollie,
band.
yeah. How do
Polyphia.
you spell
Yeah.
it?
Polyphia. Polyphia. So these guys are it's guitar taken to another level. There's just uh, their entry drug. I think that's the thing that I would call for every band. Like that, I'll
Gateway
name
drug.
that one song. Gateway drug
Yeah.
would be playing God. So listen to that song, and it's like he's basically merged stuff, which is it's not insane, like it's not strong. It's not strong. It's the guitar is just he's working on harmonics and stuff like that, which is beautiful to listen to. It's like a massage in your ear, and it's still like drums and bass and proper electric guitar, but it's that kind of stuff, and he's just going insane. So these guys were there, and then I used to really love listening to Two Cellos. I don't know if you guys remember Two Cellos.
Bro, those guys, they did a Game of Thrones ka opening
Yeah,
track
they
ka
do
cello
that. They do a
version.
lot of, yeah, they do
I
covers.
remember
Basically,
that's how I saw them first. I mean,
yeah.
heard of them.
So they do Metallica covers on cellos to the point
Hmm.
where their bows are ripping apart while they're playing it. And their concerts are a sight to behold because then these guys are really going like full Metallica but with two cellos.
By the way,
Can't
this
wait for two cellos to come to Delhi and then realize कि भाई इधर तू Metallica cover करेगा तो cancel.
so like the other thing about this, sorry, just to kind of because I had a similar thought about this, the instrumental versions of popular songs, right?
Hmm.
Like cellos covering Metallica, that kind of thing. That itself is such an interesting genre because they do
Ah.
very cool things with it. And it's also like you get that hit of familiarity, right? So
Hmm.
if you're new to instrumental music, just look for whatever song you like and then just the instrumental version of that. I think you'll get
Hmm.
into it easier or faster or better or whatever.
But this anyway, genre bending, genre mixing is a trend that will keep going, right? You look at Bollywood, for example, you will have the slower songs, but they still have a BDM mix, right? Because
Yeah,
तेरे को गाने के lyrics अच्छे लगते हैं, लेकिन तुझे नाचना भी है.
yeah.
So,
Hmm.
Hojesh, in fact, like one of the current trends is that you have songs about like loneliness, burnout, but made with danceable beats. So
Hmm.
even though you are going through bad things, hey, let's look at the bright side of Sky popular music.
So that's the classic Avicii wala jo tha na, where he started off with the I took a pill in Ibiza, which is the first one, like Mike Posner wala jo gana tha, which is a very sad song, which is it's called sad songs, and it's just I took a pill, and he turned it into this banging dance number, which just
Dude,
changed.
there are two things about this. So, firstly, I just want to like, I remember feeling this exact thing. There was a song
Hmm.
called, it used to play in all the clubs, right? Rockabye Baby, Rockabye. Uh,
Hmm.
Huh.
and it was about a
Rockabye, baby.
single
Huh.
mom struggling to raise her kid or
Yeah.
something like that. And I was like, I remember I was dancing to it, and then like, you start hearing the lyrics and you're like, 1 second, what? And so that happened to me. The second thing
Huh.
is someone had tweeted about this. I thought it was a wonderful tweet. I couldn't bookmark it, but I'm just paraphrasing. Tweet was something like this. He, so there was a period in time where Bollywood had just discovered nightclubs and club music. But it was still that period in time where our main lyrics were being done by poets and
Yeah.
like Urdu laureates and all of those guys, right? Like Javed Saab and all of these guys. So you had club songs, but with incredible lyrics. Like for example, from Kal Ho Na Ho, which is that
Hmm.
It's a Time to Disco, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Look at the lyrics in that, right? Bal khata hai badan, na, na, na. It's great. Like it's
Hmm.
like poetry, but also set to club music. And at some point, Bollywood just realized, "Hey, we don't need poetry for this shit. क्योंकि आंटी पुलिस बुला देगी is more than enough. Is more than enough.
But you had your those also na कुआं में डूब जाऊंगी होठ
Hey, nahi, but those
रसीले
that song has
no
a
banger
Kuwama Doob
songs.
Jaungi was nahi, but
अरे
Kuwama Doob Jaungi had
songs
good
are
lyrics.
banger. Huh?
Huh. Kuwama Doob Jaungi had good lyrics, but it
या
was a
हरियल
satire. The
जवानी मोहे
song.
सूखे सूखे जाए रे सही है
Yeah,
Yeah.
हमारे
great.
मोहे पानी ना पिलाए रे
That's
जेठ
great.
महीना आए गर्मी बढ़ाए रे कैसी नजरिया का दिल या वाह 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 वाह। दोबारा दोबारा सुनाइए गाना
एक दो
But that
तीन.
was that Bhojpuri.
banger
But it
song.
was written as satire, na? Like
I
this
don't
one.
think it was written as satire.
Yeah, it was in this movie called Page Three, na, where they were making fun of all these kind of, which is how Darde Disco was also, which Javed
Hmm.
Akhtar wrote. Which I
Ah.
saw this one interview with Javed Akhtar, and like somebody asked him who's responsible for this, because they quote some beautiful Javed Akhtar piece of poetry that he's written, and then they go, "Yehi आदमी ने Darde Disco लिखा." Basically, the news reporter was trying to do a gotcha with which is the dumbest thing to try and do with Javed Akhtar. And he just goes, ये गाने की responsibility, and he points to the audience. And Farah Khan is sitting in the audience. Basically, he was told that this song is supposed to not make sense. And he's written the most, and that takes talent to write the most absurd lyrics
Dude,
that,
something
but
like
you still want to dance to it.
someone
Huh.
should make a list of like in all the item songs, right? Just the number of things that women are compared to. And it'll
Yeah,
just
yeah.
be the most shocking list of all time. Like there was a
Ah.
song where मैं तंदूरी मुर्गी हूँ यार गटका ले
Fevicol.
Fevicol. So she was
Ah.
compared to Fevicol, tandoori murgi. Then at
अबे
some
सब था
point,
ना झंडू बाम
dandu balm,
So
there
it's
was
one muscle relaxant. It's always one muscle relaxant,
muscle.
followed by some
one alcoholic
cuisine.
drink.
One and then one cuisine and something else. It's just you basically go from these genre.
You heard it first. This is the formula
Yeah.
for a successful item song. Take a muscle relaxant, alcohol, and a cuisine. You
We are
put
still
it
waiting for the
together.
And an
rally spray move
adhesive.
song.
And an adhesive.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Some
But
sort of glue. That's just there. I'm waiting for
Insert
the
fun
move
beat.
song. I'm surprised the move song hasn't come, because then move is right there with dance, and it's just move,
they should
move,
have just
move.
made move and wow. But so that is one. I think the even item songs they still do them, but I feel like
Hmm.
we're out of the golden age of item songs. Like, don't you feel? Or are we missing the boat as three married men?
Bro, I think we are. Yeah. I think that's what happened. I think we watched so many. Dude, I'll tell you, for me, it's almost come to a point where half my music I'm discovering because of Nikita. एक टाइम था आई वुड कलेक्ट म्यूजिक टेप सीडीज, तू जो बोल, ठीक है. अभी मेरे पास घर पे वाइनिल वाइनिल पड़े, प्लेयर आ गया, सब सब कुछ कर रहा हूँ, बट माई म्यूजिक लिस्टिंग हैज like fully changed. Now I'm literally like, okay, Nikita, find some songs, you play it, मैं सुनूंगा, you know, or like on so many things you can share playlists etc. अच्छा दोस्त क्या सुन रहे, एक काम कर, मेरे को मालूम है कि तेरा म्यूजिक टेस्ट अच्छा होगा, तू भेज दे और मैं सुन लेता हूँ. So mine has become, the discoverability has gone more there. You know, and also many times like I'm not going to a specific, like I listen to one song and then just let it play, and you know it starts playing similar type of music. So even though I like it, the remembering factor is very less, right? Like I won't be able to immediately tell you like, oh, I like this song, it's in my head, but I don't remember the music. So even if I had to recommend that song right now, I won't be able to, but I can hear it. That's become
one of the best compliments. I feel like like literally my my day brightens when this happens, where I'll be playing some music on my laptop for myself, which I have found for whatever, and I'm playing it, and suddenly like Siddhi will slowly appear, and she'll say, "Yeah, it's a nice song."
But the pride,
I love
that's
it.
genuine
I
pride.
love it.
I was going for an event recently, and my sister was managing the event, so she was already there. But one of her friends basically was driving me. He decided he's going to pick me up and he'll drive me in his car. Now, I have not met this guy for 10, 15 years now. Okay. And he's like, "You want to play music?" And that opportunity of me getting the Bluetooth and me just going, "अरे ये नहीं सुना तूने, ये नहीं सुना," and for 3 hours I have made him listen to songs that I love listening to, and he's just going, "Fuck, this is great, this is great. Oh, I love hip hop, but I have not heard this song. How the hell have I not?"
Dude,
And that's the whole introducing another human being, the pride with which you introduce another human
you
being to
feel
your
as much
playlist.
pride as if you have made the
You
song.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's the same, right? You recommend a movie or a show or a track, band, whatever, to a person who's not heard it, और suddenly ना ऐसा, ये भाई देख मैंने किया, और तू देख रहा है कि that particular song already has like 15 million
700
15 million
million
listens.
views.
It's already popular, ठीक है. So it's not like ये देख Ed Sheeran सुना है क्या तूने? You can't.
Hey, by the way, we have to talk about Ed Sheeran and
Arijit.
Yeah.
no,
I like that track, bro.
no. I particularly didn't enjoy the track, but the thing that I find interesting about Ed Sheeran is that Ed Sheeran is now just become he's taken voluntary citizenship of India. He's now an
Yeah.
Indian more than a global artist.
वो तो बेचारा बैंगलोर में बजाने की भी कोशिश कर रहा है, उसको बजाने नहीं दे रहे हैं लोग.
Bro, the minute you start busking in Bangalore, you are an Indian artist.
Indian, yes.
जो भी हो.
अबे इंडियन आर्टिस्ट आर नॉट बस्किंग इन बैंगलोर, ये अलग लेवल पे जा रहे हैं.
No, but I find it very interesting. Ki, like, we are also living in currently the most. We were talking about this now when we saw Enrique is coming to India. Okay. Wife and I are
The
very
nostalgia tour, nostalgia artist
nostalgia
tour that
baiting
is
that is
happening.
going on, right?
Yeah.
So, like, there is basically people have realized that there is a certain demographic that will pay for artists that were really, really big. About the sweet spot is 10 to 15 years ago. Like those people grew up listening to them. They were like, "Kash, मैं इनको देख पाता," but going abroad was very expensive. 15 years went by, and now they have money. What if we got them here, right? And there's so many artists that we've seen, like from
But bro, Coldplay has opened the doors. If once they've come and sold what 4 lakh some fucking tickets, 4-5 lakh tickets. So people like us who grew up while they were breaking out, 2000 2001 is when they broke out. That's when we were listening to it. So it formed a very important part of our young listening. तो अपने लिए अभी वो nostalgia हो गया है, because they're anyway so popular, and the way they've blended, you know, like performance along with music and all of that. So they have appealed to all the Gen Zs also, right? And even the younger lot, because there were a whole bunch of people at this concert here who probably knew one or two songs.
Which
because
concert?
Coldplay, but the experience of coming, like suddenly a band that was formed in 2000 is still killing it and like has a newer bass coming each time is insane. So how you stay, like, by the way, they've sold close to some 1 billion records or some shit. Highest कुछ तो उन लोग का हो गया अभी अलग level पे. Like they've been, because of that, now suddenly rumors have started that Eminem's going to come. Bro, when that guy comes to India, it is going to be destruction.
वो 25 शो उसको जाने नहीं देंगे. He's just like, अरे सोल्ड आउट हो गया, चल आई एम एडिंग
पकड़ के.
अनदर शो. I'm adding another show. I'm adding another. Okay, now
I
I'm
mean,
going to perform at Mitibai College. Okay, now I'm performing at IIT. Now then he just does an entire college tour.
Yeah, yeah.
and then someone comes and tell him, आप अच्छा artist हो, you should take part in the college competition. He's like,
Then Eminem
क्या
does a
बोलता?
collab with Badshah.
But
But like even now, you'll surprisingly like find a lot of people our age who like I still just sit and sometimes just listen to Eminem. Nikita
Yeah.
is such a big fan, dude. She knows all the lyrics and she'll rap it as he is rapping it. And not just Eminem, bro. Eminem, Biggie, Tupac, you name it. Because she had a full like proper rap phase where she is, bro, too good.
Weirdly, my wife as well.
Too good.
Like she'll just suddenly break out into the full lyrics, and I'm like,
और वो पूरा इधर कर रही है और
and
मैं
this
ऐसे
is
देख रहा हूँ.
after 4 years of living together. Suddenly she's a, and I was like, I didn't know you knew every word to this song.
man,
Yeah.
I wish I had the fluidity in my body to to do this properly. Like I look like I have a condition.
You have to have fluidity of the mouth more than the body. एक बार
No,
mouth
no.
आ गया
I
तेरा
mean,
हाथ अपने आप हिलने
even
लग
if
जाएगा.
even the people who vibe to it, right? Whatever that
Yeah.
this is not dancing, that's vibing.
Dude,
I
there was
don't
this
have.
one, there was a great Dave Chappelle sketch with John Mayer, where he'd just basically gone, white people need, the moment you play an electric guitar, white people can't help groove. So basically, he just goes to a boardroom and he just gets John Mayer, and then John Mayer comes with a speaker and just starts playing. And the moment he plays, it's just everybody just really haphazard way of just. And John Mayer's just doing like doing his R&B, he's doing like random riffing. So it's that vibe. Some people just love having that one thing that they just that defines them for some reason. That college experience gets defined by that genre of music. So you
Bro,
write those lyrics.
yeah. To a point where now everything nostalgic is also making a comeback, right? Like each generation has their own way. तो अपने वाले सब public अभी vinyls,
Yeah.
cassettes. So bro, we can release the cassette only
Yeah,
EP
yeah.
with like synth and everything a part of it. Indie rock bands from India, they have also released limited
Guys, as opposed to
edition.
अपना क्या बोलते हैं हम लोग का टी-शर्ट्स एंड अदर मर्च, व्हाट इफ वी रिलीज 200 and whatever episodes on cassettes? Will you guys buy our
Yeah,
audio cassettes of the podcast
guys,
and
yeah.
Good,
play?
good.
Oh my
Let's
God.
do let's do that.
Let's
Like side A
release.
is one episode, and then side B is another episode. It's just two episodes. One
So
Good,
this
done.
guy
good.
just has a 7,000 cassette collection of justice.
No,
Bro,
by the way, I've started doing that thing also where one is, you're getting music from your friends, I'm getting from my wife, thoda khud ka dekh liya. But reels,
yeah.
reels,
Yeah.
TikTok, ye wo, like I think a lot of music now is gearing towards that, right? Where okay, under 2 minutes, under 1 minute, have a nice like loopy hook that
20
you do.
सेकेंड ठाकुर,
हाँ, नहीं
20
नहीं,
सेकेंड.
वो तो है ही. लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल वो जो गाना था ना कि मैं अभी उसका वीडियो याद नहीं है, बट एवरीबडी रिमेम्बर्स द ट्रेंड दैट केम विद इट.
Ah,
Like a lot of songs have become first trend specific कि किस तरीके, because it's all about distribution, right? Because that's how people are finding new music, bro. There's whole bunch of stuff that किसी के, चल मेरा कोई कजिन है जो 25 है, उसने अपने स्टोरी में कुछ डाला, मिला भाई ये गाना कौन सा है, सुना नहीं है बट बहुत कैची किया, देखा, ओ it's already trending, but I had like no idea because it is not in my sonic ecosystem at all. But it's a really cool track that I found out. So I think that's another fun way to discover.
No, but they retrofit it nowadays. Now you are planning that one hook and then you're creating a song around it. But also, I discover a lot of new shit. Like I listen to an artist and I'm like, I'm loving this, the first 30 seconds of the song. And then it goes into the hook and I'm like, oh shit, I've heard this 700 times on a reel. But the song itself around it was great. So it's great for discoverability of the artist.
Yeah. So
Uh, yeah.
I found this. I can remember vividly two examples. One was this band called, like, it randomly popped up as a reel and it was just like 30 seconds of their song, but it was really good. It was a band called Glass Beans. Have you seen this band?
Dude, yeah, Glass Beans, they wear
Yeah.
the mask.
Yeah,
I've
they had
seen
a
them
mask.
live.
So what was interesting about Glass Beans was not just that they had like an interesting 20-second hook, right? Musical hook. It was also the visual presentation of it. So like they
Hmm.
all had like masks on, the way that it was shot in this one particular studio, which they made to look very interesting. And I think like that was part of the charm. So it was not just the music, it was also this persona that you bought into, right?
Bro, that's what Daft Punk did.
Yeah.
From like they were obviously pioneers of doing it. They were,
Yeah.
and that followed with like a dead mouse. Then it came to a point where सब लोग कर रहे हैं. तो
Marshmallow and
मार्शमेलो तो ब्रो मैं तेरे को
Bucket
मैं एक बार
Head.
कर रहा था. एक मार्शमेलो स्टेज पे जो म्यूजिक बजा रहा है, बट मैं मार्शमेलो के साथ इंटरव्यू शूट कर रहा हूँ जो पीछे भी है, बिकॉज इट इज अ मास. हाउ
Oh,
डू यू नो
great.
who's the real marshmallow?
Hilarious.
Marshmallow could be performing in 10 different time
Marshmallow,
zones.
yeah, triples
All
You
the
for
wouldn't
you.
TikTok.
know.
That's the smartest thing.
The second thing that happened was with Reels is that sometimes you get introduced to songs that you would absolutely never be introduced to. So came
Yeah.
across this one reel. It was a cat video, a freaking cat video. Okay, but the soundtrack that they had put for this reel was so good. I was like, I want to find out who this is. Turns out it was a Japanese band. It was a Japanese band called Never Young Beach. Never, Never, Young Beach, Beach. And the song was Words Bubble Up Like Soda Pop. Okay, it was a Japanese song. It was a freaking
Huh.
Japanese song from a Japanese band with like
क्या
Japanese
J-pop, because that's another thing
Yeah,
that is killing
J-pop.
nowadays.
Yeah.
J-pop ही है ना?
J-pop, J-rock. I don't know what it was, but like it
Hmm.
was so good. And went and discovered a brand new artist thanks to a 20-second cat video.
Hmm.
That's the age we live in. It's fucking crazy. So
But that's the idea. Like I'm a little surprised at how we've lost the somehow these guys have a way of making their videos and stuff like that. Also now they're promoting it very differently. Like this entire format of promoting, I think one of these artists, one of these rappers, I think tried to just as opposed to giving it to influencer marketing or whatever, he basically just said, if you push my song out, you will get a certain dollar amount attached with it, which is a minimal dollar amount, but it's the number of views you get, and that's where you will get more money. So if your reel makes more money, that way you get to you actually make more money that way, and then your followers don't matter because I'll be pushing out the music as well. If I like it, I'll push it out, and that way you make a dollar amount as well. And that basically is a good way to promote. I think it might just change the way songs are promoted going forward.
yeah, I also want money from.
या बट तेरे को डांस करना पड़ेगा कौतुक तू एक दो डांस का वीडियो डाल या इट्स ऑनेस्टली दिस विल गो वायरल इफ कौतुक इज डूइंग दिस टू केंड्रिक लमार एंड जस्ट पुटिंग इट अप एवरी डे आई थिंक यू शुड जस्ट स्टॉप दैट्स योर हसल
Have you guys heard of this band? It's an Australian rock. They're genre bending again. They're called King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Have
I've
you
heard of them. I've
hilarious
heard of them for this name.
bro?
Yeah.
Have you seen their video
No,
Rattlesnake?
no.
Really cool. Okay, so
no
these guys did something cool. They launched this 3-day immersive residencies across different places in Europe, where they would change their set list each night. And because they have such a like a loyal fan base, where they're fully like where they have this very non-rehearsal experimental style.
Jam.
And
Jam.
yeah, it literally seems like उन लोग बैठ के गाना बना रहे. But there's something still very interesting about this, where like nowadays people also want to be very supportive of sharing free music, experimental releases, etc. So वो सब इसके अंदर they have become super popular. In
I
fact, like
also,
if I love Australian bands, bro. You start AC/DC Pakad to Tame Impala Pakad. These guys, they are so fucking cool. The way they make their music, like each country has their own like. इन लोग का एक अलग जैसे इंडिया से फॉर एग्जांपल लोकल ट्रेन
oh,
have you
yeah
heard them they are so
outstanding.
good bro they are
They were
superb
like,
right up there
weirdly the guy
unfortunately, they broke
who
up.
yeah
yeah
the guy who started the mixing for the local train is the
hmm.
same guy who mixed my first song, which was Bhaiya. Is the same. Yeah,
Whoa
Nikhil was the one who was, and at that time he was telling me,
Oh, we
he
met
was
him, no? He
mixing
told
my,
me.
Yeah. So Nikhil
Ah,
was mixing my song and he's telling me there's this other band that I'm mixing a new song for. They got a good vibe. And he made me listen to the first few tracks of Local Train way back when they had not released anything and stuff. So he was helping them
yeah.
make their first video and but it's there. I miss that sound. They had a great thing going.
But
I,
by the way, I was talking before I forget, since I was talking about different Australian bands, and I like, please do
Huh.
also check out the Parcels. They are a current new, I mean, not current new band, but they are currently who I'm obsessed with. They are really, really good. Check them out. Also, one shout out to Amazon Music, because we were talking about playlists, etc. So I think it's a good time to just let you guys know that Amazon also has a list of curated playlists across different genres and languages. It's attached in the description. So they made the job easier for you. तो उसमें से जाओ Amazon Music पे जाओ,
Yeah,
उसमें से जो
जाओ
भी
चुपचाप
playlist
and
सुनना है
like
और
yeah,
सुनो.
and I'm sure you can ask them to make a revenge playlist for you as well. They will be very happy to do this.
by the way, Thakur, there's another Australian
हाँ.
band. Heard a few songs of theirs. They're called Gang
Hmm.
of Youths.
Gang of Youths.
Gang of
Gang of
Youths.
Gang
Youths.
of Youths.
हाँ. हाँ.
Interesting sort of like indie rock music. Very, very.
Gang of
Bro,
Youths
it's
is what my building secretary used to call us when we used to play cricket downstairs.
no, but you know, मेरे लिए, bro, this has become a thing now. It's, for me, it's become certain resurgence of indie music you want to listen to again. Like, and a lot of them I'm discovering through, say, for example, you're watching a show के title track में उन लोग ने जो
Yeah,
music use किया है,
I was just
Hmm.
gonna
then to
talk.
जाके, you know, you reverse engineer, you go check them out. Like, there's this band called the Fontaines DC, that I
Yeah.
from Mobland. I'd never heard. Mobland का title track सुना, अरे मस्त लगा, जाके देखा, now I'm obsessed with them. There's another really nice one called Royal Otis, Royel Otis. Super band, you should definitely check them out. India से
Those
local train तो बोला ही है.
Friends, the
There was
guys who
one
made
more,
the Friends soundtrack, like,
Rembrandts.
yeah,
Yeah.
they could have, they probably just retired after making that one song. They were like,
Yeah,
oh,
they're
yeah,
still making money, I think.
yeah.
Of course, all of them are. I think they each friend is about 20 million. तो इन लोगों को भी कुछ मिलता है एक मिलियन तो देते होंगे इन लोगों को because every episode that's unless they made a really bad deal and just sold their song
Hmm.
outright.
But you know, have you guys noticed this one thing where, because like you're the current time that you're in, because music is so accessible, so global in nature, that people have now started using, you know, like region specific
Hmm.
lines,
Yeah.
songs, and taking that as samples and putting it in a completely different genre of music that doesn't really match, but you just take a sample from here and put it there. Like, you know, I forget the song यार, उसमें उन्होंने तमिल लिया है, bro.
Hmm.
तमिल में
Hmm.
कोई कुछ बोल रहा है, उसका सैंपल लिया है और डाला है, and it's such a cool song. I can't remember, मैं
Yeah.
डालूंगा इधर.
But Britney Spears also, I think, started that whole thing where they started sampling Indian old songs, which was the वो toxic का जो dun 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 dun, तो
नहीं,
it's
तू
just
तू बीट की बात कर रहा है ना, मैं तो बोला लिरिक्स.
no. Oh, okay. Which
I'm
is
saying they're taking
but like
lyrics.
But
it's
also,
sampling. Sampling has always been there. It's just now they are getting more aware of,
there's
Bro,
also a
and it's
lot of
going like,
interesting music happening in Marathi. Remember?
oh yeah.
अबे
Tamdi
तामड़ी
Tamdi.
तामड़ी, yeah. तामड़ी तामड़ी अल्ट्रा म्यूजिक
अरे
पे बज
ये ना
रहा है.
वो
दिलजीत दोसांझ
गाय
is performing at Coachella, bro. Like, when it comes to now, it's not, अच्छे पंजाबी गा रहे हैं, लेकिन तू कभी इमेजिन किया था कि पंजाबी गाएगा कोई कोचेला पे? And he
no.
killed it, right? And they've also loved it. So that global nature of भाई तू इधर से लेके आ, और मैं कभी सुना नहीं फिर भी सुनूंगा. I think people are a lot more open to it now, I feel,
You know which
than
Yeah.
song?
than before.
You know which regional song I recently went back to, and I had the greatest time. Dude, Remo Fernandez's Goan songs. They are
Oh
still
wow.
Oh yeah.
bangers. Yeah. It's you just feel
मेरे
like
को तो जैसे रेमो फर्नांडिस में ना, डारारी रा 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 डारारी रा 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 रा,
Yes.
ये प्यार तो.
It's the
भाई रेमो
ta. It's Hona hi ta. That
ता.
was the
okay. Just sorry to come to Bollywood for a second. Okay.
hmm.
Sorry to take the conversation away from where it was going, but I have to tell you a few Bollywood music facts. Firstly, can you guess who holds the record for the maximum number of songs, like lyrics written?
लिरिक्स बाय समीर.
Yes.
Samir.
Yeah, भाई. Bro, I'm telling you, his name is Lyrics by Sameer. I've seen that
Yeah.
title slate appear so many times that जो भी director है वो और Lyrics by Sameer.
Lyrics by
Hmm.
Sameer. So
It's
lyrics
almost like his name is Lyrics, middle name is By, and surname is Sameer. I still don't
It's
know
like
his.
he used to wake up and just अपने टेबल पे बैठता था and he used to keep writing and there's a guy who's just pulling papers out of his hand and just sending it to music director. He's not stopping to write. He's like, अरे ये मीटिंग करनी थी ये लिरिक्स के बारे में नहीं ये नया गाना लिखे चल भाग.
Bro, I'm
It's just
almost imagining Lyrics by Sameer getting up, holding pens in both hands, writing, and two assistants just taking and giving it to
By the
music
way,
director.
you guys were joking about this, but I cannot tell you how close you have gotten to the personality of the
he's
actor.
ambidextrous.
No, 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 no,
Oh,
no. But to the fact that he gets the record because he's written the lyrics for 3,800 and something songs.
oh
Okay.
God.
So now, why you guys were close? Because lyrics by Sameer he only cares about writing lyrics. He doesn't
Yeah.
care about body of work, kitna likha, kya ho raha hai. He doesn't give two shits about that. So he's like, I had never cared about all of this stuff. I care about lyrics. But my friend, he kind of like looked at my work and he said, "Hey Sameer, I think that you have like a record number of songs. We should approach the Guinness Book of World Records." So because of his friend,
Oh,
they reached out and they were like, हाँ भाई तू बहुत लिखा है like ये क्या है
oh
so it's
shit.
3,800 songs.
Who is the second? Like how far ahead
I
is he from
think
the second?
I think it's Javed Akhtar with 1,200 songs. I think
Ah,
Two
so
thousand
he is
songs more.
doubled. Yeah, he's doubled.
bro,
Crazy.
जावेद अख्तर, गुलजार साहब, आनंद बख्शी, मजरू सुल्तानपुरी, ये सब तो थे ना,
Okay,
ओल्ड
then
स्कूल.
the second thing that I want to bring up is this. Okay, and here's a pop quiz for you guys. So, I want you to list as many Bollywood composer duos, because this seems to be a trend in our industry where we have not just one, but we are largely duos, successful
Yeah,
duos. So, can
yeah.
you
Jatin
name?
I'll
Lalit,
do.
Okay, wait,
I'll
Jatin
wait,
do.
Lalit,
wait,
Nadeem
wait, wait, wait.
Shravan.
One by one,
Ah,
one by one. First,
ओल्ड स्कूल,
हाँ,
लक्ष्मीकांत प्यारेलाल.
yes,
Lakshmi. Oh yeah.
ठीक है. जतिन ललित,
yes,
Hmm.
नदीम श्रवण,
yes,
विशाल
RK
शेखर,
yes.
संजीव.
RK Burman. RK Burman also used to work together a lot.
Okay, sure.
हाँ.
अरे वो अबे इन लोग के नदीम श्रवण के बेटे थे ना जो लोग जो
Shravan Nadeem.
सचिन जिगर.
Oh
Hmm.
सचिन जिगर.
yeah.
I don't know if they were their kids, but whatever. सचिन जिगर. हाँ.
अच्छा तो तू randomly बोल
Yes,
दिया
yes,
है.
bro.
They're probably
No, he
Nadeem
has.
Shravan.
अरे नदीम
I'm
और
sure
श्रवण
they
में से
have kids.
एक नहीं, नदीम और श्रवण में से एक का बेटा है who is also a part of a musical duo if my memory serves me right, and I
Oh, okay,
think they are
okay.
सचिन जिगर.
Okay. I'm gonna drop
Any
another
more?
one. Shankar,
अजय
Shankar
अजय
Ehsan
अतुल.
Loy. It's
No,
अजय
triple.
अतुल. हाँ, वो तो ट्रिपल है.
triplets.
हाँ.
हाँ.
Then,
कितने 9 तो बोल दिए.
okay,
हाँ.
can I tell you all the ones that I found?
Oh shit. Okay.
Ready?
Say what we haven't said, na?
Hmm.
Yeah, but it'll be easier if I just list all of them. Are you ready?
Oh shit.
Shankar Jaikishan, Lakshmikant
हाँ.
Karilal,
हाँ.
Kalyanji Anandji,
हाँ.
Ah.
Nadeem Shravan, Jatin Lalit, Anand Milind, Salim Suleiman,
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yes.
Vishal Shekhar,
बोला मैंने.
oh,
विशाल
Aj-
शेखर बोला.
Ajay Atul,
वो
Oh
भी बोला
yeah.
मैंने एंड में.
Sachin Jigar, Meet Bro, Sajid Wajid.
अरे
अरे
साजिद
हाँ.
Sajid
वाजिद
Wajid,
यार.
dude.
मेन लोग को तो भूल गए भाई.
Yeah.
That name just sounds made up. It's just like just unless भाई ने गलती से कभी इन लोग because they used to work a lot with Salman. तो he just went अरे साजिद वाजिद को बुलाओ and from then it's like अरे लेकिन मेरा नाम तो प्रकाश नहीं अभी से तू
आज
वाजिद है.
आज तो
Shut
वाजिद
up.
है.
अभी से तू वाजिद.
नहीं, एक ही आदमी था जिसका नाम प्रकाश है. अभी उसको उसने साजिद वाजिद बोल दिया. बोलते एक मिनट, अभी मेरे को किसी और को लाना पड़ेगा, तो वो एक और को लेके आया है. तेरा नाम क्या है? मेरा नाम प्रवीण. हाँ, तू अभी वाजिद है. अरे लेके.
साजिद वाजिद को लेके आओ.
और ना म्यूजिक डायरेक्टर भी नहीं
प्रवीण
थे, उनको
अनाउंस
सीखना पड़ा म्यूजिक. अभी
भाई
भाई क्या
गाना
बोल
बना.
रहा है, म्यूजिक
अबे
बना.
अरे भाई ने बोला है गाना बनाना पड़ेगा.
तो फिर उन लोग सचिन जिगर के पास गए. देख सुन ना, तेरे पास कोई अगर बचा है ना तो
They're
दे.
outsourcing to Sachin Jigar.
They have to-
Okay, can you guess the singer who sung the most songs?
Ah.
Bollywood history.
कुमार सानू.
No, no.
No, 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 no.
I mean,
This
matlab
must be
it'll
one
be
of the
someone
old
from back
school
in the
guys.
old school,
Yeah,
na?
yeah, old school. This
But
must be because then it was like एक हाथ पे गिनने वाले singers थे.
Kishore
रफी,
Kumar,
रफी या
Mohammad
किशोर.
Rafi.
no,
Is it like
That,
90s or is it black and white?
I mean, black and white started. She started in black and white.
Oh, then
अरे लता
आपने
ताई,
लता मंगेशकर,
लता
लता मंगेशकर.
मंगेशकर.
हाँ, I don't know why we did that.
50,000 songs.
Bro, and her voice. You remember that famous trivia of she actually made Pandit Nehru cry
Yeah.
when she sang "ये मेरे वतन के लोगो." Bro, that track. हम लोग इंडिपेंडेंस डे के टाइम में ना बिल्डिंग में ये होता ही था कि लाउड स्पीकर पे दैट सॉन्ग विल
Last.
प्ले and it hits your soul, bro. That song hits your soul, even though you know you've heard it a million times. It is oof. Her voice was just
Even till uh, Rang De Basanti.
हाँ,
Song that she
लुका
sang.
छुपी.
Luka Chupi.
Luka Chupi. Oh
Luka
my
Chupi.
God,
Insane.
dude, it gets me every single time.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
fun fact about Lata Mangeshkar, her song "ए मालिक तेरे बंदे हम, ए मालिक तेरे बंदे हम," that it was from the film दो आंखें बारह हाथ.
Yeah.
Now, that song became so popular that it was adapted by a Pakistani school as their official school anthem.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
So there was a song from Lata Tai which was being sung in one Pakistani school by school children as their song. Here's another. So this is slightly from the older era of Bollywood, but I just found this damn funny. So there was music director Madan-Mohan, okay?
Yeah.
And he wanted this singer called Manat De to sing this song. Okay, but Manat De for some reason was refusing. So Madan Mohan was a really good cook. So he called Manat De over for lunch and he fed him bhindi. And Manat De was like, ये भिंडी इतनी अच्छी है मैं गाना गा दूंगा.
So you
Bye.
mean to say Madan Mohan ने
Bhindi.
उसको मना दिया?
Good. Good.
Very good. Very good.
By the way, Madan Mohan also gave the music for Veer Zara, but he was
Yeah.
credited as late Madan Mohan. Then I think there were
No,
some
these are
songs
songs
of
that he
his.
had composed.
He had
Yeah,
record, back in the
yeah.
day, and then they used
They
that in Veer
re-recorded.
Zara.
Yeah.
So here's another fun fact. Okay, now we're getting closer to the modern era. Okay. So, you look at all the political parties around, right? And they all have different ideologies. They all have different things that they stand for. Very difficult to unite them. But one song managed to unite 42 political parties.
India.
आज blue है पानी पानी
Can you?
पानी
No,
पानी.
no. This is a song from 1993 from a movie called Khalnayak.
चोली के पीछे.
चोली के
Yes.
पीछे.
चोली
I
के
want to
पीछे.
know how did चोली के पीछे and political parties
Yeah, what?
come together?
चोली के पीछे क्या है was protested by 42 political parties.
Oh.
So 42 political parties said, guys, we need to put all our differences
First of
aside."
all, we have 42 political parties. I'm a little...
Only like
नहीं,
this.
of course, तेरा regional parties भी होगा ना, bro. But I'll tell you
अच्छा,
one thing, one aside about Khalnayak, that movie had so many organic, like quasi promotional things going on, which I don't think Subhash Ghai or anybody even had in mind. Started with Sanjay Dutt's arrest
yeah.
and all of that. Then, he was in jail. Then he's playing a guy
Yeah.
who is in jail. Then you had चोली के पीछे. बहुत मतलब ऐसी पब्लिसिटी हो गई थी
Crazy.
पिक्चर की. अगर पिक्चर अच्छी होती तो.
Then, ready for your next fact. So there are two songs. Okay, can you tell me what is iconic about these two songs? Okay, first is from धड़कन. दिल ने ये कहा है. दिल ने ये.
मोहब्बत हो गई.
The second one is नींद चुराई मेरी from Ishq. What is interesting about these two songs? Like there's a fact about.
There are no dance steps.
One second.
नहीं.
Both these songs are copied from the same foreign singer.
No.
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 नहीं. They're completely different tunes.
It brought together two people.
अरे, it's the same artist का दो अलग गाना that have been adapted or copied into two different Hindi songs.
Okay, I'll give you another clue. Okay, so Dhadkan had two leads. Who were the two leads?
Akshay and
Akshay and
Sunil.
Sunil.
Ishq also had two leads. Who were the two leads?
Amir and Ajay.
Ajay. Now,
हाँ,
these were both two film heroes. So these two songs had
both of them.
two singers who never sang
Oh,
together otherwise. Can you guess who they were?
Oh,
Udit Narayan and Kumar
Kumar
Sanu.
Yes.
Sanu.
Yes. So this fact, basically, this is from radioandmusic.com. So in these two songs, we see the coming together of arch rivals, Kumar Sanu
Hmm.
and Udit Narayan.
And they recorded weeks apart, I think. I don't
You're
think they were
telling me
in the
that
same.
basically Kumar Sanu and Udit Narayan kissed and made up.
Good. Um, now,
भाई एक दो मेरे पास एक बीफ का बहुत रैंडम बीफ का एक ये आया था बिकॉज आई स्टार्टेड लुकिंग एट बीफ्स इन म्यूजिक इंडस्ट्री एंड
रैंडम
स्टफ.
बीफ का आया था,
yeah,
बीफ
we can
अलाउड नहीं है.
please clarify
अरे
that
लेकिन
these are
बीफ्स
हाँ.
फ्यूड्स
rivalries
या
between.
फ्यूड्स
या
फ्यूड्स.
या
तो एक था
मैं तो तू
एक
बोल रहा
मैंने
रैंडमली मेरे पास बीफ आया, पब्लिक बोले बर्गर आया कि सैंडविच आया कि क्या खा रहा है तू आदर.
द वन दैट स्टूड आउट टू मी इन बॉलीवुड वाज बादशाह एंड हनी सिंह. तो
Oh,
पहला आर्टिकल है यो यो हनी सिंह फाइनली स्पीक्स आउट ऑन हिज डेकेड लॉन्ग फ्यूड विद बादशाह. Okay, and then the next article right after it was Yo-Yo Honey Singh is resolves his 15-year long feud with Badshah. So मैं of course I want to see कि resolve कैसे हुआ. तो this is the headline. Badshah ends 15-year feud with Yo-Yo Honey Singh and quote I was unhappy because of some misunderstanding. 15 साल. तू 15 साल एक मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग पे पूरा फ्यूड निकाला है.
ऐसी तो
दिस इज.
चलता है ब्रो. रैपर्स के बीच में फ्यूड होता ही है ना. एंड फॉर आई थिंक
So you're telling
दैट्स
me
अ
every rapper feud is basically oh तूने ऐसा बोला था. मैंने गलत समझ लिया. Sorry bro. Sorry. My bad. And that could just be solved.
okay.
मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग तो है ही है. तू कोई भी पकड़, तू बिगी टूपाक पकड़, ईस्ट कोस्ट वेस्ट कोस्ट
अबे
वाला
लेकिन
पकड़.
misunderstanding is such a small word compared to what these guys go up to. गाने बना रहे एक दूसरे के लिए.
Guys, can you tell me which is the longest Hindi film song in history so far?
इट्स फ्रॉम हम आपके हैं कौन. कुछ 17 मिनट का गाना है वो नहीं.
हम्म.
No.
नहीं 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 ये पता
It's
है मुझे.
something.
Fuck.
It's something
अरे एक बार इसने पूछा
equally
भी था
long
एक बार हम
title.
लोग को होटल रूम में पूछा था हम लोग को इसने कौतुक ने. He's asked this question to us before.
It's got a very long title, this film, and it had 5 leads in this movie. Amitabh Bachchan
फाइव.
is there in it. Akshay is there in it. Bobby is
अरे
there in it.
अरे भाई मैं बोल रहा हूँ
ये
फिर
क्या?
मतलब.
What weird combination is this?
The film and the song are both the same name. Okay, and
अमिताभ अक्षय बॉबी.
yes,
What
और
kind of
अमिताभ अक्षय
weird
बॉबी. आई डोंट.
Frankenstein's monster is being created here?
I'll tell you. It was a 2004 film. It had, I'll tell you all the people it had. It had
Flop,
Amitabh
flop.
Bachchan. No, I think it. No, yeah,
Clearly, since we don't even
not
remember
that
it.
great. But you'll know this film. Amitabh Bachchan, Akshay Kumar, Bobby Deol, Divya Khosla Kumar, Danny Denzong, Ashutosh Rana, Nagma, Aarti Chhabria.
What is happening?
No clue at all.
Amitabh plays a major, ex-major general.
अरे भाई
मेजर
मेजर
साहब.
साहब. मेजर साहब में
मेजर
तो अजय
साहब.
देवगन है ना.
हाँ.
अब तुम्हारे वतन हवाले.
आप तुम्हारे हवाले वतन
सॉरी,
साथियों.
अब तुम्हारे हवाले वतन.
अब तुम्हारे वतन हवाले.
हाँ तुम्हारे ये वो वॉर मूवी था. करेक्ट.
Right now, this movie had a song that was 20 minutes long. The song
Why?
was Ab Tumhare Hawale Watan Sathiyo.
But
20
you're
minutes.
telling me
This
that it
song
just
was so
kept
long.
running in the background, or it
This,
was like a
this
full
song,
song?
this song was so long that it featured in 3 installments in the film.
ओ वाओ. अच्छा तो
So
कंटिन्यूस नहीं था.
it's
Continuing
versions,
with it.
different versions
No,
of the
no,
song.
no. It was same song, one song, but they split it up into हर act में
अच्छा,
एक
it
बार
just
आ रहा है.
continues where it left off, basically.
आई थिंक दे फर्स्ट पुट इट एंड देन सडनली पीपल आर लाइक भाई ये 20 मिनट का म्यूजिक वीडियो चल रहा है, मतलब पिक्चर का भी चालू
हाँ.
होगी. नहीं एक्चुअली कुछ करना पड़ेगा. हाँ सर इसको आप 20 मिनट का गाना मत दिखाओ
नहीं.
पब्लिक को. और
You
थोड़ा
think ये
एंड हम.
गाना? I think he just made the song and was like ये गाना मुझे रिलीज करना है सर, लेकिन ये बहुत लंबा है. अच्छा ठीक है, इसके आजू बाजू एक पिक्चर बनाते हैं. And just
The
randomly
music director comes in and he just goes, अब तुम्हारे हवाले ये
हवाले ये
ये
20
गाना
मिनट.
साथी यार, ये गाना साथी हो. अब तुम्हारे हवाले ये गाना साथी हो.
Dude, 20 मिनट. एक उसने किया था ना, जस्टिन टिम्बरलेक had the longest music video ना, right? 17
Did
minutes or something.
Fuck
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah.
By the way,
Mm.
so here's another fun fact, okay? So the song
हाँ.
Masti Ki Paathshala from Rang De Basanti was a
Hmm.
huge hit. But when A.R. Rahman initially got the lyrics, he's looking at the lyrics and going like, bro, what tune do I put this to? Right? He just can't understand what to do. So as he's trying to figure it out, the director of the film, Rakesh Om Prakash Mehra, he was sitting in front of him and he cleared his throat. Okay, he goes, and A.R. Rahman is like,
Yeah.
Wow.
Masti Ki Paathshala. That's how the song starts.
Wow, bro. But even that,
Oh.
we've spoken about A.R. Rahman, I don't know how many times, and as many times as you speak about him, it's not enough. But like Rang De Basanti, the
Yes,
proper
yes.
fusion of A.R. Rahman along with Prasun Joshi's lyrics and Binod Pradhan's cinematography was just, I think, so cool. Even for 2006, like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
just felt very
Cutting edge.
cutting edge, ahead of its time. Must.
कुछ
I
लोग पूछ
still
रहे थे, I recently came across this one thing where people are like, they asked Amir Khan in some interviews like, when is Rang De Basanti 2 coming? I was like, bhai, did you not see the movie? What do you think? Where could these guys go? They died
No, because what happens is if you see the end of the movie, it's the SWAT team that comes in, they open the door,
and they
and these
laugh.
guys are there and they look up and laugh, and it's a freeze frame. You don't show
Yeah.
them get shot or whatever. तो
नहीं नहीं
public को like,
फिर आता है ना बगीचे में बट
हाँ
the
अबे वो
final Rubaru
बच्चा, हाँ
नहीं
said
वो
is
छोटा
like
नहीं
सा, हाँ
afterlife,
वो
no?
छोटा बच्चा, हाँ छोटा बच्चा, हाँ वो कर रहा होता है.
हाँ नहीं
But
नहीं, ये जो भी है जिसने सवाल पूछा उसने उधर देख के बोला हाँ चल अच्छा है, इन लोग स्माइल कर रहे हैं, कुछ नहीं हुआ होगा, मैं जाता हूँ, निकल गया। भाई 19 साल हो गए, पार्ट 2 कब
but you can do a
उसका कब
gladiator
करोगे?
2 type style type
Oh,
thing, no?
do
Where
prequel. What
no
they were
no
just doing, just
no
chilling.
no 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 you do so Soha Ali Khan.
they call it a spiritual sequel where तेरा नाम सेम है, and I tell you why
Hmm.
I know this because recently हम लोग ने ऐसे, मैं करण निकिता घर पे बैठे कुछ देखना है, ट्रैश देखना है, तो हम लोग ने मस्ती 2 देखा।
Masti
तो
2.
ऑल ऑफ अस
Good.
रिमेम्बर
Good for you
मस्ती 1।
guys.
ठीक है, नो वी वांट टू वॉच ट्रैश ना, दैट यू कैन लाइक वॉच एंड बी लाइक क्या बना है वैसा।
हाँ.
तो वी आर वॉचिंग मस्ती 2, अज्यूमिंग इन आवर हेड कि कंटिन्यू होगा। तो
Hmm.
इसमें द ओनली थिंग दैट कंटिन्यूज इज द टाइटल, एंड आई थिंक देयर नेम्स एंड द फैक्ट दैट इट्स अ सेक्स कॉमेडी।
हाँ.
बाकी कुछ नहीं है सेम। तो
अलग अलग स्टोरी.
अलग,
हाँ,
पूरा
all से
अलग।
हाँ, वो तो वही है ना, हाउसफुल एंड ऑल दीज मूवीज, दे आर नॉट द सेम
तू मर्डर
कैरेक्टर्स ना.
देख, हाँ नथिंग इज सेम,
हाँ.
इट्स जस्ट सेम सेम टाइटल, ताकि लोगों को मालूम पड़ जाए कि क्या टाइप का है, तो मैं आ जाता हूँ देखने।
Okay, I got to tell you a
Hmm.
few more facts about A.R. Rahman. A.R. Rahman's Oscar-winning song Jai Ho was
Was
featured
actually composed for something else,
was
and
composed
then
Yeah.
for composed for
अरे यार, ये भी पूछा है कौतुक ने हम लोग से. हाउ आर वी नॉट रिमेम्बरिंग दिस?
it was
सम
composed
मूवी कॉल्ड जय
for
हो. आई एम
RRR,
आज.
right,
RRR,
right.
नहीं नहीं, आर तो बहुत बाद में.
नहीं
He
नॉट
won an
RRR,
Oscar for this film.
समथिंग दैट.
When you think of Oscar, who's the last actor you think of?
it was for this film called Yuvraj
Yes.
featuring Bhai, directed by Suharsh Ghai,
Oh.
और
And then
उसमें
भाई
जय हो
made a
था।
movie called Jai Ho.
हाँ,
Yeah.
and he took the song Jai Ho and gave it to Danny Boyle।
So
Hmm.
Salman could have been grooving to Jai Ho. Um,
आजा आजा जिंदगानी की चले, आजा नीले नीले
अबे लेकिन वो थोड़ी
आसमान
गाएगा,
के
वो तो फिर भी
तले
सुखविंदर सिंह ही
जय
गाएगा ना.
हो।
But
हाँ
why?
एक्चुअली
Why sometimes I don't know why he gets these. Like he just suddenly gets this shock where he's like, I can sing, I'm a singer, and then he makes
Dude, वो
he
sudden shock नहीं
makes.
है. That's always that perpetually भाई. But his selection of
But
music,
you,
he's a good
but you
curator of
remember,
music.
you remember when during the lockdown randomly Salman
Hmm.
had a song come out. It was what was it called? It was called
अरे दिवाली दिवाली
Farmhouse,
ना, फार्म
farmhouse
हाउस,
song,
इस फार्म
farmhouse
हाउस।
song.
क्या करेगा मियाँ भाई नहीं something like that. No, it was a crazy song.
नहीं नहीं, दैट वाज फ्रॉम अ मूवी,
That is from
क्या
a movie.
करेगा मियां भाई, ऐसे कुछ तो।
हाँ.
इफ आई कैन
No, there
हियर
was
इट, आई
one more.
डोंट
There
नो
was
इट।
one more he created, which was for like fuck, I forget the name, he just gets these like
Hmm.
randomly. I'm a singer now. I need to put out a song.
Yeah.
बट ही sang
It's
ना,
just
मैं हूँ
different.
हीरो तेरा, It's Salman
Yeah.
Khan singing for Ann Shetty, right? It's Ann Shetty ना कौन है हीरो में? नहीं सूरज पंचोली.
अरे नहीं वो सूरज पंचोली हाँ.
सूरज पंचोली. Hero, तेरा.
Then you got to hear this. So A.R. Rahman had he had this one particular song, which was the most downloaded music song, or basically it was
Most
the
downloaded music song.
on mobiles. What was it? Do you remember this?
Satya.
No.
Bro, Satya cassette
It
पे
has to
था.
be a ringtone. No, it has
Yes,
to be a
it
ringtone.
was a
It's a
ringtone.
अरे
ringtone.
Airtel,
Oh,
Airtel.
Yes.
Airtel.
Well done, you guys.
अरे बस बस copyright.
Correct.
He is also, by the way, he created history by emerging as the first Asian to have bagged 2 Oscars in the same year for Slumdog Millionaire. Besides this, the Padma Bhushan recipient has also won several national awards, 2 Grammy Awards, 1 BAFTA, and a Golden Globe. Most decorated.
He got 1 Golden Globe. ये क्या भाई? These guys being stingy. वहाँ पे वो ऑस्कर उसको दर्जन के हिसाब से दे रहे.
Yeah. So this was a okay. I want to tell you about some of the random first things that had, like, basically firsts of music.
Yeah.
So can you guess the artist who was the first one to sell out a stadium?
Ever?
Freddie
Elvis Presley.
Mercury.
No. 1965.
Beatles.
Yes.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know, for most of the question, if you just answer the Beatles, I think 7 out of 10 times it will be right.
So the Beatles sold out the New York's Shea Stadium with 55,000 screaming fans. Shea or Shia, one of them, whichever. And basically, yeah, so this was the first time that there was so much craze for one artist that 55,000 people said, "Hum log ye dekhenge." Stadium book. First time.
No, then it kept getting bigger and bigger. Remember when the Berlin Wall fell and they had their first concert? Who was it? Was it Metallica there? Was it AC/DC? I forget who it was. They have done that. 10 lakh log hai bro, पूरे इसमें फैले हुए.
Russia में था Metallica का concert. I think that's
Metallica था ना? हाँ, Metallica था.
Million people.
In fact, and then you just a million fucking people. Same way, I think it was it Lady Gaga in Brazil recently? That video we saw where they've done a drone shot. They've done a drone shot और ऐसे लाखों.
I remember when Coldplay had first come to Mumbai, when they did that Global Citizen.
Global Citizen, yeah.
So it was held in BKC, and the joke was that some people were watching it in Bandra, the others were watching it in Kurla. Like, it was that long.
No, some
but
people
when
were
you're
so
dealing
far
with an
that
audience that it's
you
the
were so
sound
far
takes
that-
time to travel.
and you could put any 5 white guys on stage and people would think from that far, अरे Chris Martin देख लिया यार मजा है. कोई इतना दूर है bro, इतना दूर.
So the other first that happened in 1965, by the way, was the first music played in space. So in 1965,
Beethoven.
NASA astronauts Walter Schira Jr. and Thomas P. Stafford snuck a harmonica and some bells onto a craft and gave the first performance.
No, I meant where I think on the Voyager spacecraft, right? They have that gold disc that has, like information about the human race. So there was letters, numbers, and music. I think they put Beethoven, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Beethoven and Himesh Reshamya.
And it's more likely a chance that aliens will show up. अरे वो कैप वाला किधर है भाई? देखा उसका?
Aliens are just coming and communicating to us in Himesh Reshamya lyrics. It's just ऐसे ये लोग नाक से ही बात करते हैं. We need to talk from the nose.
हिमेश को एक रेडियो टेलीस्कोप के सामने डाला. And just going through the fucking galaxy. ऐसे cosmic background से.
It's just I can imagine the Earth and ऐसे करके वो जो beams जा रहे हैं and there's just this sound emanating from the Earth. And that's how we send our location to aliens.
Proxima Centauri से कोई तेरा just so.
Do you know what the oldest musical instrument is?
The mouth.
No. I think it's something. It'll be some percussion, na? It'll be like a
दूसरा Stone Age देख रहा है.
beatboxing. Just the Stone Age guy doing beatboxing.
No, 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 no. It
नहीं
was the oldest
It was
known
hard rock. It was hard rock.
the oldest known musical instrument is the Divje Babe flute or the
oh
A
wow
Divje Babe
flute.
flute. Okay. It's the femur of a prehistoric bear that had holes
oh
drilled in it. And it's estimated to have been created 60,000 years ago.
wow
So some
Oh,
guy, like they got a bear home, they ate the bear, and then one guy was like, "वो फीमर मेरे को देना मेरे को हाँ मेरे
भाई.
नो एक्चुअली वो क्या वो फीमेल से नल्ली निहारी कैसे करते वो कर रहा था सडनली म्यूजिक बज गया पब्लिक देख रहा अरे भाई
हाँ,
ये तो
अबे.
अच्छा म्यूजिक बजाता है कैसे बजाया अरे मैं तो नल्ली निहारी ले रहा था नल्ली निहारी
हाँ.
And
I
then
like
he
that
got-
60,000 years ago वो लोग बैठ के नल्ली निहारी बना रहे हैं ठाकुर और बटर नान के साथ खा रहे हैं
and then
एक
he
बैर
रुमाली
बैर
रोटी
नल्ली निहारी
then he's
बैरली
touring
निहाली.
he's touring the prehistoric world.
किल सोल्ड
Hmm.
आउट
Just डायनासोर्स आए हैं उसके पूरे कॉन्सर्ट पे सब लोग एंजॉय कर रहे हैं.
डायनासोर आ गया अच्छा 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 ठीक है ये
You know
ये
the
बैर फीमेल
सिक्सटी
लेके बजा रहा
थाउजेंड
है
ये
और
जो सिक्सटी
डायनासोर
थाउजेंड
नाच रहे
ईयर्स
होते हैं
you know
और फिर भाई
the
उनको बोलता है पुट योर हैंड्स अप इन द फिर सब टीरेक्स एक दूसरे को देखते हैं कि यार ये थोड़ा ऑन द नोज है
the damage that the Flintstones has done to the historical
Yeah.
idea of
Guys, we
people.
know that 60,000 years ago there were no dinosaurs. It's 65 million years ago. But this is how, likewise, Thakur is not dumb. Thakur also knows mathematics. We are playing around.
हाँ यार
That mathematics real. It is
मेरे
us
को क्यों
making
फोड़ा बे
jokes.
Okay. Do you know the oldest known piece of written music?
पता नहीं ये जो फीमर वाले ने लिखा होगा कुछ भी
हाँ,
सिर्फ
उसने
म्यूजिक के
वो
साथ कोई
फीमर का
लिरिक्स भी
मतलब
चाहिए
पेन
होगा ना बैर का फीमर
वहां पे बैर
बैर
का वो
का
लिया है.
फीमर
फिर
फीमर बैर
डोडो का फेदर लिया है सब के.
बैर का फीमर ओहो आ गए लीमर ओहो फीमर
Yeah,
लीमर फीमर लीमर फीमर
lyrics
लीमर
by Samir.
फीमर लिरिक्स बाय
लिरिक्स में
समीर
सब.
So the oldest known piece of music it's called the Psychelos epitaph. Okay, it's an engraved cylinder that was carved around the first century AD in modern day Turkey. So it's got other snippets of musical notation may predate this epitaph, but this is the oldest complete piece of music which includes two poems and their corresponding vocal intonation. तो किसी ने
वाओ
लिरिक्स लिखा बोला कि ऐसे गा समझा
and below that is written DJ Khaled. That's so annoying. I get so annoyed every time I hear that.
It's your boy Badshah.
Badshah.
ये देखना चाहिए हाँ. Which artist has taken his name in the most number of songs?
Can you guess which is the first album to sell 1 million copies in a week?
ये वही होगा अपना
नहीं
बीटल्स.
ये
बीटल्स या एल्विस.
बीटल्स एल्विस क्वीन
नहीं, क्वीन तो बाद में.
1999.
अबे
1999.
हाँ 1 million copies
1 million copies in 1 week. This album came out in 1999. And it was.
Linkin Park
No. And the
No.
title of this album was about the
Yeah.
year following 1999.
2000.
What was it called?
Millennial
Yes. Album was
Hmm.
called Millennium. Which was the band? Come on, you know this. They recently toured India.
Coldplay.
No?
नहीं रे What? Why am I not getting it?
You'll kick yourself when I tell you the name.
अरे यार. For people watching and Googling this before Kautuk can give us, we are not Googling this. So don't be like,
Streets back. All right.
क्या
Oh,
बात कर रहा है?
yeah.
Yeah, it has to be a pop band, na? It can't be a rock band. Yeah.
No,
So-
why? It can be a rock band also.
No, but like if it's gone to 1999 and 1 million is that
The
big a
the
number.
catch is the catch is 1 million, but in a week.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That is the catch. आजकल पब्लिक एक एक दिन में उतने लिसन्स आ रहे हैं लोगों को 1 million.
Correct. So one thing I've been noticing in my playlist is if I like a song, okay, after that I start getting prompts for the same song sped up version and slowed down version. And both have equal number of views. So it's like 20 million, 40 million. And it's like, and I'm like, which is the version I should keep in my playlist? So I'm like fully confused about it's the new way of doing the, ek original song and reprise and sad version. So
Hmm.
that confusion has always been there for us trying to do it.
Yeah, no, and it's the like I think I'm more of a actually I can't tell. Like even I've
You
liked
can't,
some
it's the
songs in
mood. Mood pe
yeah,
hota hai.
I've liked some songs in
Unless
slowed down
there's one
sometimes.
version that I always love. There's the ye wala version, original version, there's the sad version, and then there's the rickshaw mix, which is the classic boom boom boom, which is the best version. वो अलग CDs बनती थी उसकी.
By the way, I got to tell you this. Okay, I found this insane fact. Did you know that in 2010, Ohio
Hmm.
Governor Ted Strickland declared June 26th as Shreya Ghoshal Day?
What?
Yeah,
Wait,
That's crazy. What? Is she very popular in Ohio, or
I
what?
don't
What is
know.
the?
I don't know.
I'm sure she is.
If you
Huh.
live
That's
in Ohio,
insane.
please tell us if you have celebrated Shreya
So
Ghoshal Day
Shreya Ghoshal Day. But
on
do you
June
get off from
26th.
school? Is it a
Yeah.
bank holiday?
So that's what. The second other like really insane fact is that in 1972, okay, there was this guy called Adriano Celentano. He's an Italian guy.
Hmm.
He had a massive hit. Okay, now the crazy thing about this particular hit song in 1972, okay, it became like it reached number one everywhere. The crazy thing about the song was that this song had lyrics that were pure gibberish.
Hmm.
Basically, Adriano Celentano had heard English song.
Oh, so he sings English, but it sounds like English, but
It
it's not.
sounds like English. So he's like, he kept hearing all these pop songs and he's like, they're all very catchy, but I can't understand anything. So he's like, what if
Brilliant.
I also just say anything, but it's catchy as a tune? So will it also become a hit? And he was right. So this
It
song,
become.
yeah, it's
But what did
called,
he name the songs?
I'll tell you, it's a nonsense gibberish name. It's called Prisen, it's all one word, okay? Prisen Colinensi Nai Sinaini Qsol. Okay. But basically just look up
How do you
Adriano
recommend this
Celentano.
song to people?
Adriano Celentano, 1972 song. It's pure gibberish. It's beautiful. It's
Hilarious.
well done.
Bro,
So
that's like you remember like early years of Indian YouTube. I think end of 2007, 8, when at least when I heard it, was this song called Benny Lava. My
yeah,
Yeah.
loony burn is fine,
yeah, yeah,
Benny Lava.
Vanilla.
My urban engine. Like, have you been
But it's
high
a
yeah,
today?
yeah, yeah.
misheard lyrics. Yeah.
Too good, too good that was.
Yeah.
मजेदार. Any other facts, trash trivia?
No, I think
कि sum up
we
करें
should give our
episode.
recommendations and
Yes.
Yeah.
तो
so
मैंने ऑलरेडी दे दिया बट क्विक फटाफट मैं वापस देना चाहता हूँ व्हाट आई हैव बीन listening to the bands that I'm liking. Like I said, the Parcels for sure. I've been listening to a lot of Afro house music nowadays as well. So if you like thoda dancey, vibey music, definitely check out. You
Like,
just go and listen to any Afro house playlist, you like it. But there's one specific DJ that I really like, Francis Mercier and Night Freak. So you should check out their music if you like dancey tracks. Parcels
hmm.
मैंने बोल दिया. Like I said, Fontaines, Royal Otis, two bands that I've recently discovered only though, even though they've been there for a while, still in the indie space, but really fun. And I'm actually looking forward to hearing from you guys कि आजकल हिंदी में क्या चल रहा है, not Bollywood. Bollywood
Hmm.
सुन लिया है, but उसके अलावा हिंदी में क्या चल रहा है, प्लीज आप लोग कमेंट्स में लिख के मुझे बताओ because I want to find some indie Hindi music.
yeah. Anuv Jain,
Dude,
you've heard, no?
yeah, Anuv Jain. So
अनुव जैन
a
इसके
lot
एक
of
दो
my
गाने सुने हैं, yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of my indie playlist is like there's Anuv Jain, there's Or. If you guys have listened to AUR, I really like this one song. They did a collaboration with Zayn Malik, which was really nice. Tu hai kahan. So that's one of the songs that I keep. Some songs you just keep repeating because you like the sound. So it's like I have not found that kind of earworm in a while. I miss a little bit like the video. You know how cool videos used to be. I think these videos from Hanuman kind and all that have just come. which is now it's just reminded you like, oh shit, video can play a huge role. They can't just be, they shouldn't be just monotonous, the typical run of the mill video that everybody's just making nowadays. So one guy that I really like has been doing great work musically and video wise, and it goes well with what you were saying, Kautuk, where you're creating a persona. So his current album, all the videos have been shot in this weird decrepit hospital slash asylum. So
Abandoned
the
spaces.
entire album, it's this abandoned weird space, and he's dressed as somebody who's inside an asylum. So all the videos kind of have that vibe. It's like 3 दिन के लिए वो location पे उसने पूरे album के गाने shoot कर दिए. But Ren, look up Ren. The gateway drug is the song is High Ren. Tell me if you listen to it and you don't think this guy is one of the most exquisite artists on the planet right now. Like he's in the lyrics are like he's having a fight with himself in his mind, which is not something we've not heard of. But then he calls himself out on that idea also during the song.
Nice.
So yeah, Ren is great. Then the classic ones, Beastie Boys. Yes, sir. I still love listening to them. A lot of Indian hip hop that I'm having a lot of fun with. So check them out. There's one artist that I really like. I've been following this girl from Kodaikanal called Sophia Ashraf. Does some really good rap. और ठाकुर तेरा क्या है? I'll say more, but तू बता तब.
Okay. I've got a few. So I think one of the bands, or at least like artists that I have been really vibing with is this guy called Bleachers. Have you guys heard of Bleachers?
No.
No.
Very good. Indie rock, outstanding pop rock thing. Bleachers was amazing. Rishabh, Rishiram, Sharma, I've already told you about. Tajdar Junaid, very good songs. I found this really interesting. There are these composers called Hermanos Gutierrez, basically. Okay, so
Gutierrez.
Gutierrez. So the Hermanos Gutierrez, basically, they have these Western instrumentals. So think of like songs that you would hear in like old Western movies, but like updated. So
Oh, okay.
very
Great.
cool, very cool. There's there's a guy who's one song that I really really like right now. So basically he's taken it's called the Ecstasy of Gold. Okay, it's a Bandini remix. Very good instrumental song. I've been also listening to Coin a lot. The band Coin. Been listening to. I'm just trying to find some of these other ones.
So in the
Blossoms.
meantime, Possum is good.
Blossoms is really good.
Yeah, Possum bol raha, Blossom.
Blossom.
Blossoms is really good. I've also been like the other thing I've been doing is I've just been going to. This is an outstanding source of music, as everybody who's played the game knows. But you just have to go to FIFA Soundtracks year by year.
Yeah, bro. That's a great way to discover.
That's an energizing soundtrack. Yeah,
They have
that's
some
how you
bangers.
do stuff.
By
Yeah.
the way, one thing we have to mention, and if not already mentioned, anything by Ludwig Göransson, right? You'll hear him in the OST of a lot of things, especially Sinners. The entire Sinners album is beautiful. That one scene in the juke joint, that entire thing, just watch that video and you'll fall in love with the kind of music that they've made. So the entire Sinners OST definitely should watch. There's this band from the US called Boy Genius. Okay, so they also do like this. It's a sarcastic nod to, you know how like mediocre male artists get overpraised. तो उन लोग का उसके ऊपर है, bro. But it's very cool. They've done one of their cover shoots is also a riff on Nirvana's shoot. So definitely check out Boy Genius. I mean, in the previous episode we may have, but like some of the bands that stay with me even right now, your AC/DCs, Arctic Monkeys, Oasis, all these bands from back in the day, Foo Fighters, like to name it.
Yeah, these guys are the classics.
Like we are not recommending those because like that should already be in your thing. But Kautuk, check out this band called Mana. Mana A ke upar ek grave. It's a Mexican band. They are called the Latin U2.
Oh.
Yeah.
You have my interest.
So, yeah, exactly. That's what I was telling for
Yeah.
you only. Then there's a band called Ghost from Sweden. They're also superb.
Oh, yeah. George Ezra, by the way, I've been listening to
Oh yeah, Ezra
George
is
Ezra on
great.
loop. Uh,
Um,
Superb. Like this is like pop that I can like latch on to. Like it's really good pop music.
भाई हिंदी हिंदी अपने पंजाबी रैप ये सब में कोई क्या क्या कुछ सुने क्या लेटेस्ट वाले तुम
Dude,
लोग ने?
weirdly, I've been looking at a lot of like songs that are like hip hop, which is not like not it's hip hop. I don't understand. I'm vibing to it, but it's like down south. And weirdly, it was Hanuman kind of like because he's collabed with so many artists down south. It just suddenly just gives me access to sounds that I'd not like Ayo. If you guys listen to Ayo, Ayo is a great song, and those artists because it's a massive collab with a bunch of these South artists. So just like, and then I just start going down a rabbit hole with all these other artists who were part of the song with Hanuman Kind. So Ayo is a great song to start off with, and I've been going song wise. It's weird. I've not recently in recent memory. I've just been going with songs rather than artists as much,
Hmm.
and a lot of them are from reels also. So I'm very surprised how like quickly it's been like it's changed the way I take recommendations. It's like अच्छा किसके वीडियो पे कोई है Benson Boone. I don't know if you guys have heard Benson Boone, but you've heard his song on reels. Uh,
Hmm.
no, this is like another. These are real artists like Alex Warren. Again, awesome real artist. Like the song blew up because one song blew up on the reels.
Hmm.
Lola Young, I like. There's another one who did Deutsche, Doechii. She's the one who did the anxiety song. Who she basically took अपना वो था ना टन 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 someone that I used to know. She took
Hmm.
that, she sampled it, and that's where anxiety. So
हाँ यार
yeah,
करेक्ट
so
करेक्ट
Deutsche is
करेक्ट
a great artist that way. There's this guy, another Scarlet Pleasure. If you guys can, it's a nice little pop rock kind of thing. Scarlet Pleasure is a nice band. So these are weird
One,
bands that I've been
one,
listening to because of these one songs that I get.
yeah, one niche recommendation I have is so there's this artist called Mike McCleary.
Hmm.
So
या he did the खोया खोया चांद वाला for
Khoya Khoya
शैतान
Chand.
ना?
So he's done a lot of. So he had this thing called the Bartender. Okay, it was a band
Hmm.
label or something that he was working under, where they did a lot of these old reprise things. But like
Hmm.
imagine old Hindi songs, but like set to like jazz orchestration. Like it was very.
Up, bro, Peter Cat recordings. Like it's
Peter Cat recording
still
is
right
great.
up
Yeah,
there.
Peter Cat
Not
recording is
in the
great.
same genre, but cigarettes after sex, please.
But
Very, very
Yeah.
good.
Bartender ka one song that I want to really recommend is just type the Bartender जाने क्या तूने कही. Okay, it is really, really good. Like it's, I had this on loop for like a week straight, and then I was like, okay, I should not wear out its welcome. Um, and by the way, the other thing that I mean, I'm not going to like, this is who I am now. Um, I've also reached this place where now it was so interesting. Like, so there was, Siddhi had got some work people over. Okay, and some of
Hmm.
them were like very young, Gen Z. So we were introducing them to some of our indie hits and they had no idea about it, right? So like
Yeah.
now we have become the preservers of this sort of stuff, right? So like they didn't
ये नहीं
know
हुआ हाँ
like
this is classical music. This is classical music for them.
Bombay Vikings, dude. Bombay Vikings क्या सूरत है? Like
Yeah,
come
yeah.
Alisha
on.
Chenoy, Bombay Vikings,
And the
Viva.
you know which other
विवा
song?
बैंड ऑफ बॉयज तू अबे सिल्क रूट तू मोहे चान वो सब जो पहले जो करते थे जल वल तेरा आतिफ असलम से ले सब कुछ
Hmm.
ब्रो कितना सुनते थे.
And one song which I had forgotten about, which came back, and I think it's one of the most beautiful songs ever, is Euphoria song Tum.
हम्म.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Euphoria, like you remember it more for uh,
मायरी
Mairi and all of
फिर
those.
धूम.
But like Tum is one of those like really, really fun ballads.
Have you
So
guys seen Parik? Parik can sing.
yeah, they also split up, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Great,
like
great band.
wonderful
By the way,
videos,
there's another
great.
indie
Hmm.
duo. They're called Hari and Sukmani.
Hmm.
Like I think if you live up north, you've definitely heard of them. But they are also super cool because एक वो इधर साइड पे म्यूजिक बना रही है, इधर vocals दे रही है, and it's Punjabi and it's just too good. They're very, very nice. So definitely check out Hari and
DJ
Sukhmani.
Shadow, check out songs from DJ Shadow. That's always fun. Really fun lyrics. Fatboy Slim, of course. अच्छा, तुम लोग को अगर ये अच्छा लगा था, येड़ा युंग, that touch up and then that's up to hood, that song. You remember this song?
What?
Have you not heard this song? It's the most like Bombaya proper, like it's that like Pune ke guy. These are guys from Pune. What's up, my gang? Welcome to Hood. Okay, it's a great. Yeda Jung is a great, nice song that you guys can. And then these artists who, which was Jung DSA and Year Down. But if you like that, there is an artist you probably have not seen because he's not as viral. Is Mufad.
Wow.
Mufad is the song I've been using to promote Makasam because his one song called Makasam is I have been
Nice.
listening to it on loop and it came to me because I was typing Makasam so much while promoting it. This song just showed up in my like discover list.
Nice.
So Mufad is a really sorted rapper.
सही है. एंड जस्ट लाइक वी सेड अर्लियर, अगर आपको थोड़े क्यूरेटेड प्लेलिस्ट चाहिए, दे आर अवेलेबल ऑन Amazon म्यूजिक. वी पिन देम इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन, तो उधर जाके भी सुन लो. अपने
Hmm.
रिकमेंडेशन भी कमेंट में बताओ, हमारे रिकमेंडेशन भी सुनो. एंड आई थिंक इट्स अ परफेक्ट टाइम टू से बाय बाय नाउ टू दिस एपिसोड, बिकॉज ये तो बहुत लंबी वाली कर ली भाई अपन ने.
Hmm.
मजेदार. But thank you once again, guys, for watching the episode. We were discussing music, trivia, facts, trends, and our recommendations. We'll see you again next week. Until then, it's goodbye. Take care. Tata. Salamesh.
आदर गिटार निकाल जल्दी.
हाँ, गिटार निकाल. और जैसे
पोस्ट
कोल्ड
क्रेडिट
ओपन में
सीन.
हगा, वैसे पोस्ट क्रेडिट में भी तो हग. और अगर तेरा गिटार नहीं चल रहा है तो बैर का फीमर ले ले. अगर 60,000 साल
Still,
पहले चला तो अभी चल सकता.
still can't hear it.
Why can't we hear it? I'm just,
Nope.
it's so dumb.